my name's Courtney. I'm currently in the process of creating a solo startup. You might have, seen some of the stuff that I've pushed before where I kind of delve into the process of starting it and bringing you alongside of that. But today I'm going to kind of go over like the tech stack necessary to kind of develop that startup. So as a solo startup developer overall, the first thing that I did was I learned to code, and I'm still learning. I don't really want to at all say that I'm advanced in any way. I definitely would say I'm more intermediate. I learned to code with free online platforms out there. One of my favorite platforms that I use is Scrimba. I highly recommend checking that one out. It's a reimagined way of learning coding with their screencasting system, and I personally bit the bullet and I got the pro membership, and that is generally one of the best like pro memberships I think anybody could ever purchase. So if you are going to make a purchase, I would recommend getting Scrimba Pro, but if not, that's totally fine. I recommend even their free version is amazing. Other like great platforms out there is Free Code Camp, Codecademy, just for you to like kind of learn the basics of it all, especially like for like learning front end and even back end. Try to code a project yourself. That's kind of the best things that I would personally recommend, and that's what will also really build your resume up. You know more than you think you know, and that's something that I really had to accept like going into this industry. The next thing that I used for the startup was ChatGPT and Claude AI, and like even Google Gemini in some instances for like just asking coding questions, things that I didn't really know. The AIs are actually pretty decent when it comes to like answering simple questions, so I highly recommend giving those a shot, and just if you have questions, go to them. Even if like something's going on with your terminal, you can like copy and paste like whatever it's saying, and then chat or like whatever AI feature you're using will like do a really decent job of like explaining what's going wrong. The next thing that I used was Figma for front end design. Now I like just personally did a little mock-up design of what I wanted my actual project to look like. Now UI and UX is a whole nother like industry in itself, and that's why I really want to push creating a startup, because you really get to tap your like feet into these different pools here. So Figma was really cool. I already had like dabbled with it previously, that and like Adobe XD back when that was still a thing.
She's dead.
Yeah, no, Figma's super cool. And right now at my internship, I found out that Figma has like, on accident, I did not mean to find this out, but Figma has a whole nother like side of it where it will actually make an MVP for you, which I think is super duper cool. So I recommend checking them out. And you can still do a decent MVP even with their free version. You can like buy pro and then like consistently add more and more prompts to it, but the free version does really good when it comes to like just giving you an MVP, giving you something that you can build off of and like give you reference points for. The next thing that I used was Cursor, and this was mainly for the backend part of my development. Now, if you are like someone that is like in the vibe coding industry and like someone that is on that side, you've heard the name Cursor before, but if you've never like at all like heard of AI development, Cursor is a big name that you'll kind of find consistently being like put out there. It's really helpful. It uses agents to kind of create whatever you really like ask for it. So what I'll do is I'll use Chat and Claude to like give me very detailed prompts, because I've explained the idea, I know what I want from them, and then I'll have have it give me a prompt, paste that into Cursor's agent, and then Cursor will kind of give me the back end for it. The front end of my app is built with JavaScript, a little bit of TypeScript, and then React Native. The backend is hosted on Firebase. Other good ones that I was like told about like just from building in public was Superbase, that I highly recommend checking out. It's really fascinating and something that I still need to like fully learn, especially when it comes to like data structures and algorithms. I still can't really wrap my head around that stuff. And then when it comes to the actual business management side of it, I use Notion for planning and organizing. This isn't necessarily 100% technical, but it is a part of my tech stack because it is an application that I use on a consistent basis. I absolutely love Notion, and I love its customability, especially when it comes to like ways to organize on the application itself. I also use like Notion calendar when it comes to like giving myself time blocks in my day, because it's one thing to just have the goal, it's another thing to actually plan the goal in your day-to-day life. So like every day from blank to blank, from certain time periods, I'm going to be coding, I'm going to be working on the business side of my company, I'm going to be promoting it to students and to business owners so that I can start pulling back a profit for like this really cool company that I'm developing. And like as I'm growing, I found like so many people that are like also interested in either joining this business or creating another one together. So I'm definitely like really interested in possibly doing like a group project or something, maybe digital, and something where we're all contributing to it. I mean, obviously hosted on GitHub or something where we can all kind of grow together with that. I think that'll be super duper cool, and that'll be a really cool way for us to all virtually kind of come together, because I feel like a lot of people in the comment sections have really good ideas, and if not really good ideas, they have the discipline and the ambition to kind of join a team that has a good idea on it. I'm also like in some certain clubs at my college right now where we're building projects and growing that experience. So like some of them want to join the startup that I've created, which is like super flattering and like super awesome and cool. Like this is genuinely like a dream come true, creating the startup from the ground up, and also creating it like in public, which is kind of scary, but I think it's also pretty cool like hearing everybody's opinions on it. I plan on doing the finances with Stripe Connect, which can facilitate the finances for me without me having to like handle that kind of personal information. And then I also used Xcode. I use Xcode Simulator as well for the actual like viewing my application on my laptop. At the end of the day, whether you're just getting started or you are like in a similar situation to me where you've kind of have an app developed but you're not fully in the publishing phase yet, I will say you just have to be willing to learn. This whole entire industry is like constantly shifting and constantly changing. So the whole thing that you have to do is learn and learn again. Be willing to kind of learn something and then for it to become obsolete after like 3 to 4 years, and be willing to learn more. Throughout my journey of doing internships, I learned so many things that I genuinely did not think I needed to know, but have time in and time out come back and been extremely helpful for me when it comes to creating a startup and then also just creating a lot of other things. You need to be more confident in yourself. You need to have faith in your abilities. Jump off the ledge, start a project, start your business. Promote yourself in the comment section. What's something that you want to create that I can possibly help you out with? Or if you have any tips for me for my growth or whatever, please let me know. Comment down below. Scrimba has a new like full stack course out there. I'm leaving a link in the description for Scrimba Pro if you want a discount. Thank you so much for following me along on this journey of creating a startup. I'm going to continue to post about the process as well as my internship process and other things when it comes to joining the tech industry as a young person. I highly recommend liking and subscribing and following along on my journey. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Quartz Corner. Thank you.